I want to invite you to begin our session today with bringing your attention to the fact that you're all beautiful, amazing beings. That's a fact. I'm Daniel Moore, and this session is called M3. We're going to move, we're going to massage, we're going to meditate all at the same time, fam. All right, so breathe in, breathe out. Start to soften your body. Whatever position you find yourself in right now, I want to ask and invite you to relax yourself with your breath. Let your body be fluid. So as you bring your attention inside, think about the idea of fluidity. If I asked you how much of your body is water, you might come up with a number that's over 50%. That's a lot. So start to soften your body in whatever movements and whatever transitions we use to move into movement. Make sure that you're nice and soft and breathing throughout the whole process, okay? All right, so we're going to start from a standing position, or no, excuse me, we're going to start from a supine position. Let's chill out for a second. So go ahead and lay on your backs for me, please. Get into a nice and comfortable position. Got my trusty timer. Remember, fam, you guys better get yourself a timer if you don't have one already. Actually, you have one on your phone, but set your timer throughout your day. Break up your day, the work, whatever you're doing. Set your timer, 2, 5, 10 minutes, and do some movement. Let your body show you what it wants you to do to get that circulation moving, okay? All right, so let's lay on our backs, nice and comfy and cozy. If you need a blanket, feel free. Just gonna lay down. And all you're going to do is breathe in, breathe out. I want you to take your attention into the sensations of the ground underneath your body. Feel the ground with your body as you soften each part of your body to the best of your ability. Let go of unnecessary tension. Start to move your body just a little bit, maybe squirming around a little bit, moving your spine, and letting the breath be the cue to take you deeper into a place of relaxation. Let your breath remind you and take you into the deepest part of your being, the most peaceful, calm aspect of your being. Breathe in, breathe out, nice and slow. From here, let's gently take our hands onto our abdomen and just start to walk your fingers around. If you want, you can use some light gliding on your abdomen. And what I'm doing is I'm drawing my hands towards the center. The Hawaiians call this the piko. Piko is like the center. It's not necessarily my belly button, it's just taking everything towards the center. Relaxing, breathing, and just softening this area to the best of your ability. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, from here, take one full palm, your right hand, take it on the side of your left, and draw down through the side of the neck, through the sternum, into your abdomen. Switch sides. Now, if you feel tension anywhere while you do this, see if you can use your mind to let go. Imagine the tissues under your hand are beautiful, healthy, and strong. As your hand passes over the tissues, relax and visualize beautiful, healthy tissues. If you want your tissues to be healthy, visualize your tissues healthy. Visualize your body as you want it to be now. Not later, now. Nice and smooth, nice and relaxed. All right, from here, let's go ahead and bend both knees, feet flat on our mat. We're just going to drop our knees from side to side. Breathing in expansively as you go. You'll notice as you breathe, you're going to feel a gentle stretch on the side of your ribs. Breathing in, you might want to take your arms above your head, almost like in the morning time when you're stretching, you're like, ah. And that feels really good. Make sure to do that this morning, opening up your chest, relaxing, adding any movements that you need to add to make it yours, make it beautiful and work for you. Nice and strong, nice and relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, guys, from here, let's go ahead and straighten out the legs, and then we're going, well, you can straighten one leg, keep one leg bent. Let's just reach across the body and roll onto our abdomen, please. So once you get onto your stomach, take the same hand that you used to get you here in the first place, reach it behind, roll back onto your backside, switch sides. So you're just reaching across the body, rolling onto the abdomen. And then switching sides. You want to do the leg, lead with the leg, feel free. Just getting some nice gentle movements happening. Okay, enough of all that. Let's come to a standing position, please. So rock yourself up, come to standing. We're going to start with our feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to start with some gentle hopping. So all you're going to do is you're just going to start to hop your body. I want you to start to imagine the fluids in your body moving effortlessly through the tissues, especially the creases of the body. You want the fluids to move. Shake out the hands, perhaps bounce from side to side. Now we're going to add a massage aspect. So just take your hands on your abdomen. You don't have to move them, just let the bounce move them. So you see my hands are just sitting here, but as I bounce, I'm massaging over my stomach. Let's take it into the sides. Okay, into the back. This is over the kidneys. Okay, now we're going to go from side to side with our bounce. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, stop that business. Now we're going to do some full body massage action. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take your hands, you're going to massage down the leg and massage up. Let's add to this one. What you're going to do is you're going to stagger your stance, one foot in front of the other. You're going to stroke down that front leg, and then you're going to step forward and massage the front side. So I massage the back and the front. Back and the front. You see how that works? So on the back side of the leg here, front side of the body here. Back, front. Let's switch sides. Okay, I'm going to change my position here for you. So again, front. And then what's going to happen is I take it down the back. So I'm just changing the position of my stance and then massaging the back and the front. Don't worry about right or wrong. Just start to take your attention into the body. Notice how that feels. Okay, now let's do both sides. So you're going to bend forward, stroking down the back side. And then as you come up, you're going to stroke to the inside. Down through the back, up through the front. Down through the back, up through the front. Down the back, up the front. Down the back, up the front. Okay? Let's go ahead and Rub out any residual tension in the body that you might feel. A little bit in the back, a little bit in the front, a little bit in the knees. Now let's work into the feet. So you're just going to take one palm on the top, one hand on the bottom, and stroke through. Okay, you want to add a little bit to this one. You can just kind of squeeze and mobilize the bones of the foot, the ankle. Shake it out. Bounce it out, switch sides. Top and bottom. Squeeze, press, mobilize. Move it. Bounce it out. Okay, let's get into the chest portion. So we're just going to take one arm above the head, hand behind the neck, and massage into the armpit area. Just add whatever variations you want to add to this. We're massaging into the parts that, get often closed off as a result of all the things we do all day. So we're just opening those things up and massaging through. Let's massage the top and back side. Back side of the arm. Front side of the arm. Shake that hand out, switch sides. Kind of like the shower. Cleaning, scrubbing, stimulating the nerves. You can close down your eyes at any point. Remember, imagine the tissues that you're stroking over beautiful, healthy, and strong. You got nothing to lose. It's free. Imagination. It's free. Use it productively. Let's get the top side. Okay, let's get into the neck. Let's kind of mobilize your neck a little bit, massage into the back side. You can press into the spine and mobilize. Get into the top side, give yourself a new hairdo. My hair is not going anywhere right now. Okay, let's get into the face. Rinse it out. The front side here underneath the neck. Front of the nose. Around the eyes into the forehead. Open your eyes wide, look around, get those juices flowing. All right, let's get into the movement session, guys. Okay. So from here, we're going to do a standing power pose into a squat knee touch. Okay, so let's start in our standing position, please. So stand up, and the power pose is like this. Shoulders are down, palms are facing the ceiling, chest is open. I'm going to hinge forward at the hips, squat down, tap my knees on the ground, and then come right back up into standing power pose. So hinge, squat down, tap the knees, come back, power pose. Okay, you want to add a little massage into this process, feel free. Okay, you want to use your hands to support you as you come down. Maybe you're hearing some cracking and some popping this morning. Use your hands to whatever degree you want. Power pose. Hinge, squat, tap those knees, come out, come to standing position. Keep coming in and out of that position, please. So we have our power, hinge, squat, tap the knees, bring it back, power pose, hinge, squat, tap, and power pose. Hinge, squat, tap, power pose. Okay, add some hops anywhere you want along the way, keeping your body nice and relaxed through the whole process. Okay, so from here, let's get into a sumo squat position, please. Your feet are going to be roughly double shoulder width apart. From here, we're going to do some lateral lunging. But I want you to pay attention to putting your weight back through the glutes. So that way, as you lunge from side to side, it becomes more of a posterior hip exercise versus if I just did a lateral lunge with my knees. So I want to hinge at the waist and then shift my weight from side to side. Okay? Now, while I'm doing that, I'm going to add, once I'm in my squat, my lateral lunge position, I'm going to add a little inversion, eversion of the foot to mobilize my ankle. Switch sides, inversion, eversion. So I'm mobilizing my ankle. Okay? Hinge, lateral lunge, and invert, evert the foot. Okay? Switch sides. Make sure that you're nice and stable over that one leg. If at any time you needed to take this leg up, you could. Mobilize that ankle, switch sides. Okay, nice. Lateral lunge, invert, evert. Now you can play with this one. I can put my foot a little bit more inside, kind of play with the movements in that position, or I could take my foot a little bit more towards the outside. Our feet are constantly in need of more movement. We're always wearing foot coffins. That's what Katie Bowman calls our shoes. I think it's super appropriate. And what we want to do is we want to mobilize those feet. So yes, we're doing a nice strong lateral lunge, but we're really focusing on mobilizing that ankle. Okay? Get the toes involved, feeling the ground, spreading those toes wide. A nice broad base of support. Mobilize that ankle. Okay? All right, now from here, stay in this position, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn one foot in, so now we're in a lunge position. I'm going to put all my weight into my front leg, and I'm going to massage the top side of my foot by medially and laterally rotating my femur bone. So you see my hands are just on my thigh to accentuate and to demonstrate the medial and lateral motion of my femur. From here, I'm going to switch sides. So I'm rolling, I'm massaging the top side of my foot, and I'm also getting a nice gentle medial and lateral rotation of my femur bone. So you could go as far out as you want with this one. You can also go a lot shorter with it. Okay, switch sides. We're massaging, and I really want you to focus on putting some pressure into the top side of that foot. Our toes don't frequently go into these positions, and it's really important to mobilize the bones of the foot. You have 26 bones in each foot. So basically about 25% of your bones are in your feet. It's a lot. And we want to mobilize these suckers often. Okay? Nice and easy. Okay? So from here, let's go back into our power pose, knee taps. Okay? So feet shoulder width apart. Starting with power pose. Broad shoulders. Breathe in. As you exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Forward fold, squat, tap those knees. If you want to take the hands out of it, feel free. And then come to standing. Maybe add a little bounce. Keep yourself nice and fluid and relaxed. Breathe in as you open up your chest. Hinge forward at the hips. Lower yourself towards the ground. Tap those knees. And then come right back out of it. Nice and easy. Nice and open of the chest. Maybe try your feet, closer together versus maybe a little bit further apart. Try all sorts of variations of this movement. Okay? Get all zen about it. Get all ninja about it. Nice and relaxed through the whole body the whole time. Tap those knees. Come right back out of it. All right. Nice and relaxed. Okay, next one, sumo squat position. And we're going to do those lateral lunges. So again, you want your hip hinge first, and that activates the posterior hip. Then take yourself from side to side. Once you get into your lateral lunge position, then start to mobilize your ankle. Side to side. So I'm doing that in the outside of my foot and the inside of my foot. Okay? Switch sides. So make sure on your supporting leg those toes are spread wide. Nice and strong base of support the whole time. Now if you want to do something funky with your arms, feel free. Perhaps you want to take your arms out to the side. Perhaps you want to take them above your head. Maybe you want to do a combination of those two things. See what happens to the movement when you take your hands into different positions. You don't have to stay in one specific form because this is more about mobilization and not about lifting a heavy load where we would want to have more of a perfect form, so to speak. This is just movement. Just movement. So you're mobilizing those ankles and keeping your body nice and strong the whole time. Just really mobilize in whatever creative way you can think of with your rolling of the foot. Okay, now we're going to move into that lunge position and come to the top side of the foot, medially and laterally rotating the femur. Perhaps this time you want to come down onto one knee and then press yourself up, pressing on the top side of that foot. Notice how that feels. Switch sides. You can always take it as far as you want. Maybe I want to sit all the way down and then come up. I'll turn around so you can see what that looks like. So I'm here. If I lower myself all the way down, and then I come all the way up and switch sides. There's always a million ways that you can make this stuff work. But this is about developing and cultivating strength in our foundation, which is the feet. Nice and strong. Massage the top side of those feet. Lower yourself down, come back up. Lower yourself down. You'll notice that with the rest of the movements we do today, you're going to find that the other movements are going to be a little bit easier, a little bit more comfortable now that we've prepared the body, prepared our foundation. Okay, guys, now what we're going to do is something called an elephant walk. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a forward fold. Hands are going to come to the ground. And all you're going to do is you're going to walk forward. So your hands are in contact with the ground and you're walking forward. Heel to toe. Heel to toe. Now you can walk to the side. You can step behind. But the idea is that we're staying in contact with our hands. Now what you can also be doing in this particular movement is massaging the wrist, because we're going to be getting into some movement patterns that involve a lot of pressure into the wrists. So what I could do is I could drop the back side of my hand to the ground, and I can start to rotate my wrist around. So this is opening up the back side of my body and massaging into the wrist simultaneously. So this is called an elephant walk. I don't really know why. I didn't name it that, but seems pretty good. So opening up the back side of the body, putting some pressure into the fists, into the arms, getting that blood pressure to move into the face. You probably see my face is red like a tomato. Okay, from here, let's drop ourselves down into a deep squat, please. So from the deep squat, what we're going to do is two different positions. We're going to do a knee hand or a foot hand crawl, so just lower your hands to the front and then drop your knees. From here, walk your hands back and we'll go into an inverted crawl position. Okay, so let's try just those two movements. Moving through the deep squat and into our knee hand crawl or our foot hand crawl. Walk your hands back nice and smooth. Walk the hands back, inverted crawl. Okay, if you want to spend a little time in either one of these positions, feel free. Try to distribute the weight evenly between the hands and the feet. So we're dropping back into our deep squat and then slowly, gently, and easily moving into inverted crawl. If you want to add, you can add a bridge or a pelvic lift from your inverted crawl. Just make sure to squeeze your shoulder blades on the back side. Then lower down. Come to the front side. In this position, we can also add a reach. So walk your hands back, come back into your inverted crawl. There's always room for a reach in this one too. Okay, from here, we're going to do some rocking into a side sit position. So what does side sit look like? Drop your knees to one side. You're going to have one knee bent in front, one knee bent in back. I'm going to roll back onto my backside, and I'm going to come right back up into my side sit position. So rock back, come up into side sit. So this is kind of like our rest and recover movement. Roll back. Nice and long through the spine, pressing through the crown of the head. Letting the ground massage your backside as you roll backwards. If this is way too easy and you want to kick it up a notch, press through the hips. If that's too easy and you want to kick it up a notch from there, come up, lower down. There's always room for variations. You can add your reach if you like. The primary movement here is rocking into side sit. Side sit. Keep your breathing deep and expansive. And play around with whatever movement you feel is going to add to the quality of your movement session today. Okay, so let's come back up to standing and do our elephant walk with our wrist mobilizations. So again, all you're doing is you're hinging forward at the hips, reaching those hands towards the ground, walking heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe. And then we're just adding little movements with our wrists, specifically putting pressure into the top sides of the wrists. This is a great movement for opening up the back side of the legs. Add whatever variations you like. If you want to add a reach in any one of these positions, you can. Just make sure that you're working within your body's ability and doing what your body wants to do with this movement. You might notice walking backwards a little easier, walking forward. One of the key elements of this movement is to really focus on that dorsiflexion aspect, drawing those toes towards the nose. That really helps to open up and accentuate the opening of the back side. Breathe in, breathe out. Really putting pressure on different parts of your wrists, using loose fists, whatever you like. Okay, so let's get into our deep squat. So from our deep squat, we're going to place the back sides of our arms on our knees and just bring our body weight forward. And now we're in our foot hand crawl or knee hand crawl position. Drop your weight back. Bring your hands behind. Now we're in our inverted crawl position. You can add your bridge, add a reach, and then right back through your deep squat. Coming into your knee hand crawl, add a little bit of crawling. Make sure that you're pressing into your fingers as well as your wrists. Keep those wrists safe. Drop your weight back, inverted crawl. Draw those shoulder blades together in the inverted crawl position. Nice stable shoulder position. Opening up the front side of the chest, lower and lift the pelvis. If you want to go a step further here, you can lift one leg out, draw it underneath, take yourself right into your foot hand crawl that way as well. So lifting one leg up, bringing it under the body. Always a million ways to do this work. Do what's most comfortable for you, but just make sure that you're challenging your body. Don't leave anything out there. Okay? Lower your caboose to the ground, please. Let's do our rocking into side sit. So again, you got rocking into side sit. You can add whatever variations you want. If you want to take it a step further, straightening one arm, I can go almost completely over or even completely over. Use whatever you have in your imagination to have fun, guys. Make it work for you. Breathe and relax the whole time. Surprise yourself with how relaxed you can be in this moment. As you rock back, massage that spine. Stay nice and controlled the whole time. Nice and loose through the spine. Nice transitions. This is in the middle of the movement session. You want to get as creative as you can. If anything feels sketchy, change what you're doing. Perhaps add a little bit of something. Perhaps you want to add a pelvic lift. Feel free. Add some power. Add some breath work. Feel free. Okay. So from here, we're going into our next series, which is going to start with some core work. So we're going to lay on our back, and we're going to lift our knees towards our chest. So let's go ahead and lay on our back. Your knees are going to come towards your chest. I want your low back pressed into the ground. Your palms come together, feet are together. You're going to bring your hands and feet in opposite direction and then bring them right back into that crunch position. So the low back is going to stay on the ground the whole time. You can either lower your head to the ground and keep it there, or you can draw your chin towards your chest. You can go as low with your arms and your legs as you like. Just make sure that you're able to maintain a slight contraction or a really nice contraction in your abdominal area and keep that low back pressed into the ground. If that is coming up, then go a little bit higher with your leg and arm extension. Play around with different positions. Perhaps you want to take your arms out to the side. Perhaps you want to do one leg at a time. Make it work for you. Nice and strong the whole time. Low back is pressed into the ground. Breath is deep and expansive the whole time. Okay, from here, we're going to go into a side plank, into a prone plank, into the other side plank on our elbow. So, starting on your elbow, feet coming out to the side, you can either go up onto your knees or you can come out onto your legs. You're going to lower your other forearm to the ground and transition over to the other side. If you want to add a reach, feel free. Lower the forearm down, maintaining that lift off the ground. Nice and strong through the whole core. I can either point my toes or I can curl the toes under. The choice is yours. Nice and strong through the core the whole time, guys. Guys and gals, peeps, bam, whatever pronouns and names and terms you like to be identified as, that's what I'm identifying you as. Good peoples. Stay strong, guys. You can add whatever you like to this movement. So I can do a complete rollover. No rules. Just make it work for you. Okay, guys. Now we're going to do some Superman push-ups. So in a prone position. So let's lay on our stomachs, please. From this position, the arms are going to come above the head. Okay? I'm going to squeeze my glutes. From there, I'm going to lift my back, my chest off the ground, and I'm going to draw my scapula down and together along my backside. And I'm going to hold this for 10 seconds. Now, if you can only do 5, that's cool. If you can do 15, that's cool too. But as soon as you get to that 10-second mark, or whatever moment you notice that fatigue, Go ahead and lower down and then rock your pelvis from side to side. Surrender unnecessary tension, please. After a couple nice, beautiful, deep breaths, go ahead and squeeze through the glutes. Press your pelvis into the ground and then extend through the spine and draw your shoulders back and down along the backside. Once you're here, you want to make sure that you're breathing deeply and expansively. Nice and deep, nice and expansive the whole time. Now you can either count yourself through this position or just go to the moment that you feel fatigue, and then once you start to shake and start to lose that quality, come out of it. Just make sure that you're trying your best. Not straining, just trying your best. Okay guys, from here let's roll back onto our backside into our hollow spine extensions. So we're laying on our back. You're going to press your low back into the ground, draw your knees towards your chest, knees towards the elbow, and you're going to extend the arms and the legs. Remember, quality over quantity. We really want to make sure the low back is pressed into the ground and there's an ability to breathe through the process. Challenge yourself this morning. You want to add a little bit to this one? You can draw your arms and legs together, straight. It's just another variation that you can try. You got another variation that I didn't mention? Good for you. Get it. Nice and strong. Keep that low back on the ground. This is our last working set. We have this and then 2 more sets, and then we'll be moving into our cool down. So let's work it up. Okay. From here, let's do our side plank, please. Now, on this set, if you want to come up onto a straight arm, that's a doable option. So I can come up on my straight arm here. I can lift one arm towards the ceiling. Make sure to smile. And then I'm going to lower one hand to the ground. Switch sides. Nice stable shoulder. Lift that hand towards the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out. Switch sides. Take your time. Perhaps you want to add a push-up through this one. Feel free. Add any layer of complexity that you feel you'd like to add. Make it yours. "28 seconds. Perhaps you want to do a combination of forearm planks with straight arm planks. Whatever you like. Okay guys, enough of all that. Superman push-ups. Let's lay down on our stomachs, please. This is our last working set, guys, so let's see if we can burn this one out. So when you're on your stomach, want you to squeeze those glutes first. Then get that spine off the ground. So you're using those powerful back muscles to get you up off the ground. You can take your hands into any position. Perhaps this time you want to add some circles with the elbows or with the arms, thumbs facing the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, nice and strong. When you start to lose that form, when you start to lose that ability to maintain control, slowly lower yourself down. Rock your pelvis side to side. Relax yourself down. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, let's try that again, please. So go ahead and squeeze the glutes. Extend through the spine, pressing through the crown of the head. Add those arm circles. Perhaps this time you want to add a little bit of breaststroke. Just imagining that you're swimming through the air. Feel weightless through the body. Nice and strong the whole time. Power pose on the ground. Nice and easy. Okay, guys, let's relax that out. So from here, what I want you to do is I want you to point your toes and extend through the legs. You're going to take your arms at about shoulder height and you're going to bring one leg up and behind and you're going to stretch the front side of your chest. So when I'm doing this, I want to draw the shoulder back of the side of the chest that I'm stretching. So you can see this is my left side here, and I'm drawing this shoulder back while I'm reaching through both of my legs. Nice and long through the legs, open through the chest. I can add some neck movement here. Whatever I like. Just make sure that you're breathing deeply and expansively as you move through these positions. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Same thing. Reaching through the feet. Opening through the chest. Neck mobilization. Breathing deep and smiling. Nice and strong, guys. Nice and strong the whole time. Come out of that other side, please. Opening up that chest. Now press into the ground with both arms. Notice how that feels. Switch sides one last time. Breathing deeply and expansively as you go. Okay, from here, we're going to bring one leg forward into our side sit position. Only in our side sit this time, we're going to straighten the back leg. So I'm in my side sit position. I'm going to straighten out that back leg. And I'm going to position my body weight a little bit more proper on top of that front leg. It's like a modified pigeon pose. So what you're going to do is you can either lower your forearms down onto the ground if this is comfortable for you. Breathe in, breathe out, nice and relaxed. If you can't go all the way down, you can keep yourself up in this position here. But I want to ask that you relax yourself as much as you possibly can through these positions. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Close your eyes. Start to relax. Modify your movement in whatever way you need to get the most out of it. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, let's switch sides the other direction. You're going to swivel your knees to the other side. Same thing, now just doing it over the other leg now. Take your leg as far back as you can comfortably. If you can lower your front side down to the ground, feel free. Breathe in, breathe out. Start to turn your attention inside the body, relaxing as much as you possibly can. Turning your attention into the amazingness that is your body. Just let go and relax as much as you possibly can. Breathe in, breathe out. Come out of that nice and slow. From here, we're going to transition into a deep squat position, please. So you're just going to get yourself into a beautiful deep squat. Put your palms together and just hang out here. Nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable. See if you can keep your spine upright as much as possible. Just play around with the idea of relaxing in one of our most ancient resting positions. Your body is amazing. Your mind, your spirit, all aspects of your being are working together for the mutual benefit of you as a whole. See if you can turn your attention towards that truth. And as you do, you're helping your body to be even more productive in what it does naturally. Relax, breathe in, breathe out. If this is really difficult for you, you can always put something underneath your heels. You can always come up onto the balls of your feet. That's an option as well. You can also play around with different positions for our deep squat. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe add a little bit of rotation through the neck. Just lubricating all the joints through movement and relaxation. Feeling strong and expansive through the whole body. Knowing that things will be their best as you relax, as you let go. Allow the thoughts to come in and out of the mind without judgment. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, from here, let's lower our caboose to the ground. We're going to sit in a nice cross-leg position on the front side of the body. We're going to play around with bringing our palms to the front side and just going into a nice forward fold. From here, we're just going to sweep the arms around in our environment, giving our lateral rib cage and the lateral portion of our body a nice gentle stretch. Remember, relax. Let go. This is about softening the body, feeling the fluidity and the energy, the flow. Okay, from here, press through the crown of the head and come to an upright position. Drop your hands behind you. Press through the hands and lift your caboose up off the ground. Perhaps send a gentle wave of movement through the spine. If this isn't possible for you, you can always just move the spine with your caboose still on the ground. Just opening up the front side of the body, nice and relaxed. Okay, let's move through our forward fold one more time. In fact, this time let's switch whichever leg is in front. Drop yourself forward, open up the back side. This time what we're going to do is we're going to clasp the hands and we're going to pull apart. You're opening up the back side by trying to pull your hands apart. And then just add some spinal movement into this position. From here, press through the crown of the head, come back to center, and then bring your hands behind, clasp the hands behind, and do the same thing, only this time you're opening up the chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice and open, nice and relaxed. Imagine your lungs are beautiful, healthy, and strong. Imagine your heart is beautiful. All the valves leading to and from, open, clean, and clear. Totally vital. The tissue around those valves is beautiful, and it's as flexible and mobile as it was when you were first born. Imagine your stomach, your spleen and your gallbladder and all the other organs of the digestive system, your intestines, beautiful and totally capable of doing their job and healing right here and right now. Imagine your bladder, imagine your kidneys, your liver, everything is beautiful, healthy, and strong. Imagine your brain is totally amazing. And now all the pathways of blood, the 80,000 miles of pathways, open, clean, and clear from top to toe, shoulder to fingertip. Let's lay on our backsides, fam. One last thing before we wrap our session today is we're just going to do 3 beautiful diaphragmatic breaths. Count them, 1, 2, 3. So you're going to breathe in as much as you possibly can. You're going to hold it for a few seconds, possibly 4. And when you're ready, slowly exhale like you're blowing through a straw. When you're ready, taking that next breath, breathe it all the way down into the bottom of your pelvic bowl. You can add a little bit of abdominal massage here, just kind of gently pressing into your abdominal area, just loving this part of your body, loving it and letting it relax. Hold that breath as you hold it in, or as you breathe it in, and then exhale when you're ready, nice and slow. One more time, breathing in. Hold at the top. Exhale nice and slow. You're beautiful, strong, and adaptable. If you can hang out here for a few more minutes, feel free. If you got to get on with your day, go ahead and rock yourself up to an upright position on your mat. Tell me how your day went today with this movement session. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. You guys know I did. That was amazing and fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a beautiful day. Lots of love to all of you. And keep being the medicine you want to see in the world. I'll see you guys next week.